So the Los Angeles Rams are taking on the Cleveland Browns this Sunday. Let's get into why I think the Rams are going to smoke them and give my preview predictions on the game. Let's get into the video. So here we are on PFF. This is where I like to go just to get all of our stats and everything in place. We're also going to talk a little bit of betting within this game, and then I'll give my personal thoughts on who I think is going to win at the end of this. So first off, I want to go on the records. Obviously, the Browns have a 7-4 record. They're 6-4 against the spread. They're actually doing better than Vegas thought they would so far this year. Now, this is back when they had Deshaun Watson. So they've played a lot of close games with Deshaun Watson and everything. Now they have Dorian Thompson-Robinson. He has not been playing the best. Obviously, the Browns have had a very successful year. Like I said, they beat the Bengals 24-3 week 1. They've been covering the spread. Their only losses coming to the Steelers, Ravens, Seahawks, who the Rams have actually beat twice, and then the Broncos. Sorry, I've got to get rid of this real quick. There you go. But either way, the Broncos, their most recent loss with Dorian Thompson-Robinson at quarterback, and 29-12. Obviously not too good. The Rams, on the other hand, went on a bit of a skid here. Obviously, losing to the 49ers and Bengals, not too big of a deal, especially when, Joe Burrow was in this game. We ended up covering this game, and we actually pushed the 49ers game. So the Rams have actually been doing very well outside of this 3-game skid here where we lost to the Steelers. Bit of a tough one considering that end of the game call where they didn't make the line to gain, but they ended up giving it to them. Rams didn't even get a chance to go back when they should have. And then we have the Cowboys, obviously lost to the Cowboys, nothing to scoff at. They're a very, very good team. And then the Packers just weren't there. We just weren't playing well. We ended up beating the Seahawks at home, and then we just beat the Cardinals on the road, and we ended up covering against the Cardinals as well. Now we're going to be 3.5-point favorites against the Rams. Now, PFF is actually giving the edge to the Browns at plus 3.5. This most likely means that Vegas thinks that the Rams are probably going to win by 3 points, but they're not sure they're going to win by more than 3 points. So they have it as a close game. Now, in terms of metrics, overall, the Browns are ranked 16th, Rams 20th. Defense, Browns are ranked 4th, Rams 20th. And then offensively, the Browns are ranked amongst the worst in the league at 28th. And then the Rams are actually ranked one of the best in the league, especially with Kyren Williams being back at 9th in the league. Strength of schedule played 6th versus 12th. But honestly, I would say the Rams have a harder schedule, so I don't know really where they're going with that. In terms of the over-under, they have it at 39.5. And that means they think it's probably going to be about a 21-17 game. That would be about 38. So this means they could think it's going to be, anywhere from 18 to 21, maybe a 21-20 type of game. They think it's going to be around there. Or, the Rams could always win like 24-17, and that would be around where the over-under would be as well. So that's where they have the game at. So impact player injuries, Myles Garrett is questionable. I'm assuming he'll play. Nick Chubb, Jack Conklin, both on IR. Jack Conklin going to be the bigger one here. They would need that tackle, especially with Dorian Thompson-Robinson being in there. Deshaun Watson obviously out on IR. Amari Cooper questionable. Denzel Ward questionable. So some big players there. Now Ronnie Rivers is on IR. However, we have Kyren Williams, the absolute workhorse running back. So as long as he doesn't get hurt, we will be chilling. Quinton Lake, questionable, and Duke Shelley on IR. But Duke Shelley hasn't been playing too good anyways. So Rams at about minus 180. Now in terms of green line, the market has the game at minus 180. PFF has it more at minus 146. And then the win probability, they give it to the Rams at 60%. I believe ESPN has this about 63, 64. So everyone pretty much thinks that the Rams are going to win, but it's not by a wide margin. Now, best bets, like I said, Cleveland has money line and plus 3.5 on the spread edge. Not too big of an edge on the money line. But in terms terms of the over 39.5, they actually like the over rather than the under. So they think it's probably going to be more of like a 24-21 affair, possibly, either way. Or maybe a 24-17 affair. But here we get into the two teams, and the Bengals actually do have a pretty solid defense. Obviously, with Myles Garrett, they're able to get a lot of attention on that quarterback with Zadarius Smith as well, being a very solid edge rusher. Dalvin Tomlinson has been playing well throughout his career, not as well this season, but that could be overshadowed by Myles Garrett and such. And then I actually do like their safeties with Grant Delpit and Juan Thornhill. I think these are two very solid safeties, and this is one of the better linebackers in the game, Jeremiah. I'm not going to try to say his name. I don't watch too many Browns games, but I do on Red Zone and everything. But in terms of the Rams, we have a very solid offensive line. As soon as Kevin Dotson got in there, he has been one of the best guards in the league, being ranked the actual #1 guard in the league. Rob Havenstein's always been very good. Alaric Jackson has been better than his PFF grade would lead you to believe, and same with Steve Avila. Ranked about middle of the pack, Steve Avila, and then Coleman Shelton, also about middle of the pack. Tyler Higbee played very well, had about 2 touchdowns last week. He played very well against the Cardinals. Hasn't been playing very well this year, but maybe he's on an upward trend. We got Tutu Atwell, who played very well against the Cardinals. Everyone played well against the Cardinals except for Cooper Kupp, actually. Hopefully we can get Cooper Kupp back on track this week. And obviously Puka Nacua still killing it. Matthew Stafford ranked 10th out of 37 quarterbacks. And then Kyren Williams ranked 6th out of 59. And his run grade is just out of the park. His receiving grade is 48.7, but he had 6 catches for 60 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns last week. He's rolling. So I give us a slight edge on the offense over the defense, depending on how Cooper Kupp plays. If he plays well, we're going to crush him. If he doesn't play well, it's going to be a closer game, in my opinion. Defensively, John Johnson III is now starting. Jordan Fuller played very well against the Cardinals, has been playing well this year. Ahkello Witherspoon and Darion Kendrick have a problem with penalties and sometimes getting beat deep, but other than that, actually have been playing very solid this year. Ernest Jones, one of my favorite linebackers in the league. Byron Young has been playing very well. He's all over the field. Michael Hoyt, they often put him on receivers that are way too fast for him in man, which is not something that I'm okay with. Aaron Donald, obviously, one of the best players in the NFL. Bobby Brown's been playing very well, but Kobe Turner, who also subs for him, he had 2 sacks last week, and I believe I had a sack the week before. Very, very well he's been doing, and Jonah Williams. So in terms of the Browns offense, not a lot to be happy about. I mean, sure, their inside of their O-line is pretty good, but considering they lost their tackle, their tackles just aren't too good, and they're going to get torn up by Aaron Donald, Byron Young, and possibly Kobe Turner as well. Now, they do have a good receiver in Amari Cooper, but I'm not too impressed with the other two. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, we've already talked about him. He's just, a young quarterback. He's getting thrown into the fire a bit here, and I think he's going to get thrown into a massive fire with Aaron Donald and Byron Young. And then Jerome Ford, very good player. I have him on fantasy, but when you don't have good tackles, it's hard to get a really cohesive running game going. But in terms of my predictions, I'm going to go with a Rams 24-17 victory here. So I like the over, and I also like the Rams money line and spread. I'll probably be taking all 3 of those things on different bets this weekend. But let me know what you think. I think Aaron Donald is going to get a sack. I think Matthew Stafford is going to have another very good week, and hopefully limits his turnovers to 0. But if it happens, I'm not saying that that's going to be the end of the Rams. The end for us in the game, but hopefully we can start to get a rein on these turnovers. But either way, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.